Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan. It's been a while since we've done a mod review, but this one actually caught my attention. You see, it fixes up some glaring issues with the Ogres. You see, the Ogres were released as the pre-order incentive for Total War Warhammer 3, and as we've seen with, well, pretty much every pre-order incentive in Total War history, they've not come at the best state. There's some glaring issues, which is kind of annoying because the Ogres were so beloved in Warhammer Fantasy. In 8th edition, they were absolutely terrifying. So what this mod does is it just fixes a few things here and there. It's called the Great Ogre-haul, and it's not there to completely change your Ogre experience. Rather, it's there to fix up some issues, make them more playable, and bring them more in line with what is expected from a Total War Warhammer 3 campaign. So yeah, let's discuss. So one big change is that the tech tree has been kind of fixed up, essentially moving all the techs into their own specific sections, kind of like what we're used to with the Demons of Chaos factions. So yeah, you can just push your way through. A few of the techs have changed here and there to provide a lot more buffs towards your units. This is actually kind of beneficial to you, as the Ogre stuff was not really the best when it comes to the actual tech tree as a whole. One thing that the player base does a lot is just rush towards camp stuff. Now there's actually some meaningful changes, which you'll notice as you start playing through. Don't get me wrong, you'll still be wanting to rush for some camps, but the camp system has changed too, and we're going to jump into that in just a second. I would say that everything seems a lot better. It's easier on the eyes too, I'd say, because the other one just felt a little bit more chaotic, which isn't really a good thing for a faction which is kind of struggling and is in kind of desperate need for some extra content. So one big change here is that your Slaughtermasters, your Spellcaster Lords, will also have access to big names. Big names are a way for you to be able to get some more bonuses, and that's obviously very useful, because I'm not sure about you guys specifically viewing this video, but I focus mostly on Spellcaster Lords, as Spellcaster Lords are just generally better. You want to be able to have a lot more spell casting out, you want to do more damage. Obviously, this would be better if we had Bruiser heroes, but hey, you know, there's a mod for that, and you never know for future content. But yeah, it's something which does feel a lot better, and you'll notice that the big names themselves are a lot more randomized. You can get different bonuses. They're actually fairly good now. You're definitely getting a lot more variety with it, which does kind of make you want to plan ahead, especially when there's stuff like extra control faction-wide or extra growth for your camps. Again, the camps now are very, very good. It's something that you're going to want to explore a lot more because they are actually useful. Speaking about camps, a big change has come with this mod, which actually makes the Ogres playable. This is the big one. So camps themselves can now move. This is actually a really good change, considering that Ogre camps are constantly in the move in lore. It's something that they don't stay there too long. They'll just exhaust all possible resources and go from there. Your camp boss himself is considered a proper lord, which means that you'll be able to get bonuses for your troops. And perhaps the best change here is that you're able to make them immortal, which means that if they do die, you'll be able to bring them back at a high level. Obviously, again, you still have to reach that point. Now, a big thing to note here is that if they do die, you will have to rebuild the camp. The camp will start off basically at its lowest point, but you still get all the bonuses, which is obviously quite good for you. And if you're going to be building up camps, you're obviously going to want to build up the camp to be as strong as possible. So if they do die, it's because, you know, you just got attacked by something that was just stronger than you. But at least the character's not dead. The camp itself can't attack, which I think is perfectly fine, as what it is a moving settlement, and the buildings themselves are actually a little bit cheaper to produce too, so you're able to really build up a Ogre economy. They will only move at 25% the standard movement speed too. However, again, their sphere of influence still comes into play here, so you're still able to recruit from quite a distance. And the main thing is that they're mobile. You're able to move them around. After you're done with the Mountains of Morn and you want to move into Cathay, well, bring them there. Start moving them that way alongside another army, or, you know, into the Darklands. If you're playing a Scrog, you can use them whilst you're going into Talia. It does make it a lot more useful. It does make it a lot more better. Put it this way, I've been playing an Ogre campaign myself at the moment, and yeah, it actually feels like night and day. This is something that I don't think I'm going to go back from. Now, another fairly big change is making meat much more useful as a resource. The more meat that you do have, you can get some pretty good bonuses. If you have less meat, you can also get some good bonuses. they will kind of center around getting more gorges and also getting more speed bonuses, some leadership changes. Obviously, if you have lots of meat, you'll get a few good bonuses here and there. There are some negatives attached, and there's also negative attached and bonuses if you have less meat. It kind of works as a system that you'll want to balance out a little bit or find which is right for you. The thing is also regarding on how much meat that you do have, you'll also have a chance to be able to pick up some gorges. They're found in the Regiment of Renown pool, so yeah, instant recruit. It's pretty good with Scrog. I've really been enjoying it. Even with Greasus, you can actually use it quite well because it acts as a oh, I need an army very quickly type of situation. Scrog naturally makes them much more beneficial due to the faction bonuses, but if you can pull them up and you can keep them secure, you can just spawn in an army if you so need it. It uses the same system on how units will generate as the Warriors of Chaos, so if you're already used to playing that, you're going to be perfectly fine. It's helped. From my own campaign experience playing as both Scrog and Greasus, it's definitely helped. So on screen right now, you can see a list of what's getting changed, what's being added in, all the usual stuff that you can expect from an overhaul mod. Now, I wouldn't call this a full overhaul mod, but that's actually a good thing. It shows that the Ogre implementation is fairly decent. It just needed a few changes here and there just to bring them more in line with factions so they don't struggle as much. There is a few things that you will have to note. The minor factions will suffer a little bit because they will prioritize camps for some reason. But then again, those minor factions are your doorstep. They're the ones that you're going to take out. So then you can start building up your armies and, well, building up your empire. There are a few landmarks, item overhauls, and skill reworks, but I'm not really showing them here. Have some fun, explore them for yourself. That's usually one thing that I like to leave so you guys can enjoy yourself a little bit and not have everything thrown off in a video. But the reason why this video is so late is actually because the video I wanted to release today, I decided against it after playing this mod for about 2 days or so. I really enjoyed what I've seen. Scrog definitely feels a lot better. I feel like Scrog was kind of in the short end of the stick compared to Greasus. Greasus obviously has so many benefits when it comes to reputation and so on, just relation with other factions, whereas Scrog is just kind of thrown into the thick of it without really having a way to defend yourself too well because you're basically fighting everything in front of you. So having that ability to be able to spawn in gorges and have a oh, I need units quickly moment is fantastic. It does make his faction a lot more bearable, and I must say, it's a lot more fun. Just in general, I will say that this is so much better for the Ogres. I am having so much fun with this. It'll probably be a faction that I might have to stream, because this mod really makes it enjoyable. I can't stress that enough. You can find the mod itself linked in the description below. Let me know what you guys think about the mod in the comments below. Let's have a little bit of discussion. Have a great day, guys, and I hope that the heat wave is not hitting you too bad. See you soon.